So if you got any questions, please don't hesitate and please get in touch.
Hey, hello Pratik, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hey, my name is Rohit.
Hey,
Uh,
Rohit.
really encouraged by your initiative. You and Carolina are doing a great job, to be honest. Uh, and yeah, like you said, we've talked about the scope of the website, the scope of the feasibility of the website, and what
Yep,
kind of services you guys will be providing.
yep,
I have a very case by case specific question
yep,
regarding my own profile.
yep,
So again, a little bit of context. I've done my master's in civil engineering.
yep.
Recently graduated at the start of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I have the main obstacle I'm facing is little experience.
Yep,
Or so again, job requirements have specific requirements regarding experience, and again, I don't see how can I circumvent that by changing my CV. I can't make up
yep,
experience.
yep,
So this is something I'm a little confused about. So could you
yep.
could you share me anything about that?
Yeah, it's the basic problem what we immigrants face. It's like a chicken and egg situation.
Right.
So without chicken, you don't have eggs. Without eggs, you don't have chicken. So it's something like, okay, I need to get a job, but you need experience. But for experience, you need a job.
Right.
So it's something like that. So if I understand it correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
So you're currently studying, or you already graduated?
Yeah. Just finished at the start of this year,
So
and
you graduated from your
in
postgrad,
April. Yeah, I did my master's in civil engineering from
right?
Canterbury.
All right. So are you struggling to find a job?
The thing is, predominantly the reason is COVID. I
Yep.
actually planned my graduation in such a way that I
Right.
apply for all the graduate programs,
Right.
which take an application in the month of March every year.
Right.
So March was the big shutdown.
Yeah.
So all those companies are not recruiting, or they've held their hiring at the moment. So
Right.
graduate program was supposed to be the ideal pathway, but
Right.
because graduate hiring is not happening at the moment,
Yeah.
uh, I'm trying to apply for direct applications like the ones that require a little bit of experience.
Yeah.
And again, it's been unsuccessful till this point now.
Yes. So at this point of time, what's happening is when you apply through Seek, or when you apply
Right.
through other website. So what you need to do, you need to understand the basics. So what happens is when you apply, most of the companies use ATS. So
Mm-hmm.
it just takes keywords from your CVs, and their CV don't even reach to recruiter's desk. So second thing, if they say there's no opening, yes, there are opening. There are 10,000 projects waiting to happen, but I'm from the industry and I can tell you
Right.
contractors don't have enough workforce to execute those projects. But then again, we'd say, okay, if they don't have enough workforce, why don't they hire more people? They want to hire, but the recruitment process is costly. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when you put a post, first of all, it needs a cost to put a job on Seek. Then you need to recruit the panel. Then you need
Right.
to take ATS. Then you need to set up timing for the managers to interview you. So you will not be the only one to apply for that. Imagine 500 people uh, selected for the job, let's say
Mm-hmm.
pass the first stage. Then second stage, let's say 40 people, um, let's say they are qualified for the interview. Now 40
Right.
people, each candidate takes 1 hour, okay, to get interviewed. Now two people sitting on the desk, design managers are interviewing you. Design manager cost 1 hour is around $240. 240 times two people, 480 times 40. So it's like thousands of dollars just to
Yeah.
so the way you can do is you can join, you need to do networking. You need to, and networking in the sense you talk to young engineers of Canterbury,
Mhm.
young engineers Bay of we are part of Young Engineer Bay of Plenty. I'm the treasurer in Carolina as secretary. So we organize, and the same way you must have Young Engineers Canterbury something.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
to
aware
those
about it.
events. Yeah, so you go to those events, you talk to them, you the way you talk to them, the first thing they will say, you will ask them, oh, do you need people? And the first thing, there is a high possibility they will say, oh yeah, we need people. Then there is no post on your website. We don't want to post. So what happens is you talk to those people, and the first thing they're going to ask you, oh, that's what happens. And the first thing they're going to ask you, oh, why don't you just forward me your CV?
Mhm.
So before you go to the networking event, you need to make sure that your homework is done. You
Right.
can't just, so what happens if you talk to that person and they say, oh, just forward me your CV, and you say, okay, I will just forward whatever I have, because if you wait too long, your opportunity, that guy already forgot you.
Mhm.
And if you send him your exact whatever you have, then that will create an image in his mind. Oh, that person sent me a CV, had grammatical mistakes, and then he will start avoiding you, or he will just get an image, even though you have, let's say you have tremendous amount of experience, but
Right.
your first image is just gone.
Mhm.
So that's where you need to see. So you need to network with people. You need to talk to people. You can't just go to a Burger King and ask for civil engineer and ask for, oh, is there any civil engineer here? No.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have done that. Trust me. I actually went to one cafe and I started talking to that person and say, like, okay, yeah. So do you by any chance have any civil engineer come around here? And like, yeah, whatever. So yeah, I have done that. Trust me. So that's what you need to work on.
Right.
So that will help a lot.
Mhm. And that's good advice.
Yeah,
I'm actually hoping to, because COVID,
yeah,
all the events, networking events that you were referring to, I was keeping my eye on it, but
yeah,
they were all rescheduled because of the COVID
yeah,
pandemic lockdown. Now they've started to put
yeah,
the advertisements out again, and I'm hoping to attend one of them at the end of this month. So
yeah,
yeah, I'll keep my homework done for that, like
yeah.
you said.
And the other thing you can do, you don't even need to wait for Young Engineers or Engineering New Zealand to
Hmm.
organize events. What you can do, you can just start messaging people on LinkedIn with a personalized note. You say, okay, hey, I was wondering, maybe we could meet up and something like that.
Hmm.
And one thing which I notice and I learn every day. So there's one guy in Australia. He does 500 hashtag 500 lunches. So you do lunches with 500 people, random people. You just
Right.
message them and you say, oh, I was just following this trend and I was wondering if you want to grab a bite or something.
Hmm.
Don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed, don't feel anything, just start that. And you don't know how the way you present yourself, this person might
Right.
know somebody and that person might know somebody else, can refer. But the thing is that you need to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. So just, but make sure
Yeah,
that you are
that's
putting an
good word.
appropriate message. You can't just say hi and want to grab a bite. So you need to
No, of
make
course.
that trust. You need to make that
Right.
trust along the path. Yeah.
I've also been introduced to the idea of informational interview. So that's
Yeah.
one way to go about it. Just
Yeah.
ask the recruiters that if they, I'm not gonna ask you for a job, but I just wish to learn about the market and the
Yes.
current job market situation.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, so
Cool.
I'm keen to do that. Haven't done that yet.
Yeah. No. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Forward. So that's a one way to go. Yep. Try that. Let me know. We will definitely catch up in next webinar.
Yeah,
And
of course, definitely.
yeah, we will be in Queenstown next week. So yeah,
Awesome.
cool.
Sounds great.
And we'll, yeah. and I'm trying to get recruiters to this webinar, and we jointly can do webinars together, and you can ask questions directly to the recruiters, and yeah, and we can ask them because we got pretty good connections with the recruiters. I don't know if how many people are still there, but we got tons of messages to refer people for jobs. We are not in a position or a business to refer anybody. We are just giving you a platform where
Right.
you can fight a battle. So that's what you can just ask a recruiter or design managers. I will bring my design manager, my ex-boss, who's in Fungarena, to ask. You can directly ask him, why did he hire me when I didn't have enough
Right.
experience for the job? So, and we will bring other people who hired somebody, like, why did you hire me? So that's where you can get to learn from my mistakes or whatever. Does it make sense?
Awesome. Awesome. Can't wait for the website to go live.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome.
I
Thank you so much.
appreciate it. Real good. Anybody else has any question?
I had a question.
Awesome.
Like, how is the scope of structural engineering New Zealand, like for bridge design especially? Like, I have an experience of about 2 years in bridge design,
Yeah.
and in construction, like certification, I have experience of 2 years.
Yeah.
So, will they consider the experience there in New Zealand, or like I can join there, or I have to do some process and get a relevant experience in New Zealand, then I can try for better company?
So currently you are in New Zealand.
No, no, currently I'm in India.
You're currently in India, and you work for
One of the startup like bridge design engineering,
right.
one of the startup.
Okay, so you are thinking of moving to New Zealand directly without having an education, right? Okay, that's one of the basic question I get, but so because it's very costly to study in India, so you just need to make sure how you understand the basics of New Zealand culture. So like every other country, every other developed country, so first thing, there is a rule that you can't hire anybody from overseas unless there's already a citizen qualified for the job. They will only hire you if you are the best of the best, and there's no person in New Zealand as well as UK as well as USA, so you understand this stuff. So it's, I would say it's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely based on your experience, especially in this time.
That I understand.
Make sense?
Even the
So
condition.
yeah, so just imagine that you're a family, okay, and you say, okay, one of your family members is hungry, and there is one person, stranger outside, who is standing outside of your house, is hungry too. Would you feed that person first or your family member first?
Family person,
Yeah,
obviously.
so that's where it gets a little bit tricky, and that kind of makes sense too, and it applies to every country. So that's where you need to start. Okay, what other options do I have? Then you need to, and please, I want to say to, I want to tell to everybody, please don't follow those people who put like, okay, there is a job, 50,000, 2 years experience required, send me a connection. Then there are bloody scams. Please don't follow them. You just follow immigration advisor. You just follow short-term short. Oh, sorry. One thing I forgot to mention. If you are looking for a job from either you're in New Zealand or outside New Zealand, you look at long-term shortage list. Okay, so long-term shortage list 2020 or 2019, where you can see what New Zealand is looking for. But in a short thing, in a long story short, it's highly unlikely based on your experience, and you can understand what's happening now. And it's getting worse and worse because employment rate is rising.
It's everywhere the same. Even in India, it's getting hard to get
Yeah,
sustain the job.
yeah, totally.
Not getting job, even sustaining job, like you have to take the pay cuts.
Yeah.
You have to do even work on weekends also.
Yeah.
So like
So
that is
it's,
happening in India.
yeah, it's a difficult time, but we are in this together. All good. Stay there. All right.
So
Um,
what are the type of courses which I can do, like if I want to study there?
yeah. So you can try. So that's what it gets a little bit tricky. So we're here. What you need to do, you need to explore your options. What is your budget? You need to, next step would be definitely to do masters. Okay. But as you can see, we listen to Rohit. Yeah, we listened to Rohit, and he just completed his masters, but still, especially in this time, he's a little bit struggling with the job. So you need to connect with structural engineers from New Zealand, and you talk to them and say, okay, that's my job, that's my experience. If I do masters, will I get a job? No assurance, just give me information. So structural engineers are always in demand. You are the gold mines. That's what I can tell you. But but as every other engineer, you are like plenty of them. We are plenty of them. So it's always a competition. So that's where you can talk to structural engineers in New Zealand, make a connection, make a trust, ask them question, comment on their post, relevant comment, and not like nice thanks. No, not this one. You just comment based on your experience. You say, okay, you give constructive feedback. Don't just criticize. So you just connect, make a trust that okay, you got the knowledge. Maybe somebody needs it. So that's what you can elevate yourself.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, anybody else? We kind of running out of time. We kind of over time. Okay. Cool. All good. Thank you very much for sparing time.
Hi, Karthik. Can you hear me?
Yep. Hi.
Karthik, my name is Snowbin. I think I have personally chatted to you before.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember. I'm currently in New Zealand. I've been working with WSP in the Middle East,
All
and
right.
I moved here last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Through WSP?
No, not WSP. I
Right.
was there around 12 years in WSP Middle East
Right.
in buildings here
Right.
in buildings. And
Right.
I moved into a manufacturing business over here.
Right.
And now as everyone knows, the market is affected.
Yep.
My job is also slightly affected.
Yep.
I'm just trying to move into the building services itself.
Right.
Right now, I'm into medical device manufacturing. It's
Right.
manufacturing. So how do you think the market is like the buildings and all? The property and buildings. I understand it is down.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I don't have any idea how buildings and other areas of engineerings are working at this point of time. So I can
Okay.
only tell what pavement engineering and transportation engineering is
Yeah.
is behaving, how this is behaving. So unfortunately, I don't have any idea, but I would give you the same advice which I gave to Rohit and I forgot his name.
Yeah, just two people before. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like you need to make connections with those people from your industry, and you need to tell them what you can offer. Yeah. So you need to, and the same thing. There's the first thing when you meet those people, you invite those people for lunch, and you invite those people for anything like for networking. You meet them in networking, and then you say them, okay, that's where you come from, because that's the first thing people exchange. What's your name and where do you work? What's your background?
So
So you
networking
need
is
to make
important.
sure you
Yeah.
have your digital identity ready, because that's the same thing I told Rohit, that that's the first thing they're going to ask. Send me your CV, and you need to make sure you have to put your best foot forward. They say, okay, that's what I can offer. With the 12 years experience, obviously it's a tremendous amount of experience, especially in UAE. That's a good thing you moved here.
Mhm.
Beautiful country. But you just need to, because I don't have any experience, so you need to talk to the building experts that what you can
Mhm.
offer and how can they benefit from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which office are you based in Auckland?
In Tauranga.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came WSOP
Mhm.
office here in Auckland once. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one more question, like regarding the advertisements in Seek.
Yeah.
Uh, some people are saying like they are like I don't know, but it's been told like somebody have find some job, some candidate, and just to make an advertisement for the namesake they are doing. It is, uh,
Um,
how genuine it is.
I don't have any information on that, unfortunately, because I don't know
But
how.
you were searching for job code, and that's why I was
Yeah, but
asking. Yeah.
because I got my job from through networking, and Carolina got her
Okay.
job through LinkedIn. She got a she got a direct message from three managers from three companies because we worked hard for months to
Okay.
fix our CVs and LinkedIn profiles. And she got like offers from offers to offers. And I got through networking. Somebody referred me, and then I got a job. So I don't know how Seek works and how genuine it is,
Yeah, that's
unfortunately.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Do you think, like in this way, like chatting with the recruiter, the same sector recruiter, as well as the recruitment, like the decision makers, like
Yeah.
the managers in the
Yep.
company, like
Yep.
WSP or Baker or
Yep.
Acom, whatever it is, which one will
Yep.
be better, going through the recruiter or going?
Uh, which
Will these
company will be
people
better?
respond? No, 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 not which company. Like going through the recruiter will be preferable, or approaching directly the managers.
It depends upon person to person again. So it depends
Yeah,
if the
yeah.
if the recruiter likes to
What's your
chat.
experience? Yeah,
Well, my experience
from your.
actually doesn't matter because my experience was
Yeah,
3 years old. So at this point of time, everything, the whole world has changed in 3 years. So you just
yeah.
need to make sure that you don't give up if somebody hangs up the phone or somebody doesn't want to talk to you. So you just need to make sure that you keep being persistent, not with the some person,
Mm,
obviously, with the other
that's
people
true.
too. So you just need to make sure, okay, this guy didn't reject me. Okay, this guy rejected me. Okay, why did it reject me? Okay, there's something with my CV. Okay, my CV is fine. It's something with my LinkedIn. So, or it's something with my communication skills, or it's something with my personality, or it's something with something else. Is it something with my experience? So you just need to identify what is the cause, what is the main issue you need to fix.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's while you're waiting for a job, you can actually develop those skills. Otherwise you
Mhm.
would come out after 6 months, you would come out as the same person as you were before. So
Mhm.
you don't wait up until an opportunity knocks on your door. You actually
Yeah.
knocks on somebody's door and take
Keep
the
on trying.
opportunity.
Yeah, keep on
Yeah,
trying,
keep
and
on
these things will
trying.
come up. Yeah.
Yes, these things won't come up by themselves, but you have to make
Yeah.
sure again the best foot forward. You shouldn't give any chance to somebody to reject you. That's the whole
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Anyway,
all good.
it's a it's a good thing from your your side.
Cool.
Yeah. I
Thank
appreciate.
you.
Thank you.
Cool. We'll wrap up here. Cool. Thanks for joining. Please be in touch. Don't hesitate to contact me or Carolina. I will see you next time. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Yeah.